Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Cindi Alyani. My student ID 219-13072. Okay, today I will present the material about the introduction and conclusion. Next, introduction. The introduction to your speech has two main goals. First, to capture and hold your audience attention and interest. And second, to prepare your audience intellectually and psychologically for the body of the speech. First, gain attention and interest. Grab their attention when you start talking. Your introduction must also make listeners want to hear the rest of your speech. Next, types of attention material can be combined for a more compelling introduction. 1. Relate a story. Telling a story is one of the most effective ways to begin a speech because people love to listen narrative accounts. 2. Ask a question. Asking a question can be an effective way to interview your listeners and encourage them to think about your subject matter as you discuss it. There are two kinds of questions that you can use as attention material: the rhetorical question and over response question. 3. Make a provocative statement. An opening remark that shock, surprise, or encourages your listeners can certainly grab attention, so opening remarks are very necessary to make the audience interested in what is being conveyed. 4. Cite a question. Question usually work best when they are short. Don't ask a question that is so long that the listeners lose track of where the question ends and your remark begin. The best way to indicate that you have finished a question is to pause at the end of the session. The pause acts as an oral concession device, signaling the end of one talk and the beginning of another. Next, arouse curiosity. An effective attention gather is one that piques the curiosity of the audience. 6. Provide a visual aid or demonstration. A demonstration can make an effective opener. Working with a friend, one student gave a demonstration of how to fight off an attacker, and then talk about martial arts. One note of caution: never do anything that might upset the listeners. 7. Give an incentive to listen. At the beginning of a speech, many listeners have an attitude that can be summed up in these two questions. What's in it for me? And why should I pay attention to this speech? Such people need to be given an incentive to listen to the interest speech. Okay, next. Second, orient the audience. The three most common ways to orient the audience are 2. 1. Give background information. 2. Stabilize your credibility. And 3. Preview the body of the speech. They are listed in this order because number 3 is usually delivered last as a prequel to the body. Next, third, guidelines for introduction. Here are some points to keep in mind for introduction. First point, don't prepare your introduction first. Next, make your introduction simple and easy to follow, but avoid making it too brief. Next, make sure that your introduction has a direct and obvious voice, key in white the body of the speech. And the last, never apologize. Next, conclusion. 1. Signal the end. To give listener a satisfying final, provide signal that the end is approaching. This signal can be verbal or non-verbal or both. 2. Summarize key ideas. If they know they can reason, they are better able to stay alert for a few more minutes. Like runner near the finish line, they can bring for an extra burst of energy. 3. Reinforce the central idea with a cleanser. In addition to providing a summary, close your speech with a cleanser that reinforces the central idea. Final that the drive to home the mind of your interest speech. 3. Reinforce the central idea with a cleanser. In addition to providing a summary, close your speech with a cleanser that reinforces the central idea. Final that drive home the mind of your entire speech. And the last, guidelines for conclusion. There are 4 pitfalls to avoid in conclusion. Don't write out the ending, don't end weakly, do not end apologetically, and never bring in new mind points. Okay, this is my presentation about introduction and conclusion, and thank you so much.